Right, this is Ashley Robinson, Chelsea Holder, Sam Clarkson and Molly Egan doing task 2, unit 6. Right, and Ashley, describe barriers to participation then.
Right, religion. Religion can affect sport or participation in sport quite a lot. People might feel intimidated by having a different religion. For example, a majority of the team might all be one religion and you're totally opposite religion. Therefore, you can't or won't be able to fit in, relate to the other members of the team. You may feel like you are bullied or you get racially abused. The two religions might hate each other as well, so there could be conflict between the group, which can force players to quit and not get involved in the sport. Different religions do different things and that they believe in. So, like Muslims fast, they can do that obviously during sport, during the fasting period, meaning that it could be weak during the game, so they wouldn't be able to eat a pre-match meal, which means they wouldn't have the energy or protein they need during the game to keep up with the tempo. This could affect their performance and be pressured out of the sport. This can affect women more who want to participate in the sport due to the fact they can't wear certain clothes, obviously from different races. This also affects some women in the sport.
Right, what's your next one then, Chelsea?
Money. Money is a big effect within sport, as if you do not have any money, then you might not be able to afford to get to where you are supposed to be playing the sport. You might also not be able to afford to play the sport, as in football you need to buy boots, shin pads, kit, which could end up being expensive. The target group for money problems are people that are poor in poorer areas that might be on benefits, or that they have a bad job, do not get paid very much for it. It's more of a problem for people in the participant stage, as they are county clubs, which mean that they have to travel a long distance to get to where you need to play for sport, but they might not be able to afford to travel to places. Money won't be a problem for elite players, as they will get paid enough to make the trip, but the club will provide the transport for them, so they will definitely get there anyway.
Good stuff. Sam?
A barrier to participation in sport would be travel, such as if from travelling to games or travelling to the training. A group that would be most affected would be the participation level in the sport development continuum, because they're not at performance or elite stage, so they won't get the transport paid for taking their own coach. They'd have to make their own way there because they're only at a local football club, so they'd either have to rely on lifts or the parents to take them. Another way that it'd affect is like the elite have to travel to certain places for away games. That might fatigue them or give them jet lag, so they won't perform as well as they would.
Right, good lad, good. Molly?
Gender's a barrier as well, because it's the difference in the amount that women are paid compared to men.
Yep.
Like in the elite stage, men are paid like triple the amount women.
For which sport?
Football.
Right.
And even in the foundation stage, like there's a lot more clubs for boys than there are for girls. And that's it.
What do you think could be done to help that then?
Putting in more in the media about women's football, because men have like match of the day football league show and all them, but the girls' football don't have anything.
Right, okay, good. Right, the next barrier then, Ashley?
Facilities. If you have to travel halfway across the country, then you'll be less likely to participate or continue to participate in that particular sporting activity. If however that activity was nearer, you've got a greater possibility you would participate in the sport. So obviously in certain areas of like Britain, there's like places where it's really rural, so obviously it takes a lot to get to like facilities. So like in Scotland, there might not be buses for like quite a long time, so it's harder obviously to get to there. And obviously when you move up like to elite stage, you obviously get your travel all paid for, and you obviously get took into the best facilities, obviously like St George's Park and stuff like that. Funding coming to a lot. Councils didn't really fund a lot of areas with facilities until the Olympics happened. Making more after this, more sporting opportunities for people are getting given obviously to schools and like councils and stuff like that, so more people can participate. There's also small grants using lottery funding to make awards of between 310,000 to not-for-profit organisations to help more young people aged 14 and plus and adults take part, to keep them in a sporting habitat and have fun. And altogether they'll have 23 million across 81 different sports to fund.
Right, good. Chelsea?
Age is another barrier because in foundation stage, boys and girls can play together. So between when you set in private school to year 7, you can play boys and girls. But when you get up to the participant stage, you get older, so they separate, and then some girls can't play for the team because there's not a lot of girls teams around in the local area. But there's more team for boys. But then but performance, it gets proper serious, and then the age is serious. You have to make sure that the boys and the girls are playing together. Make sure that there's a team for boys for all ages. And the elite stage, it's ages older women. It's harder to get a team now, and for boys
Good.
as well.
Can you think of an example around here of any girls' teams around here that are trying to help that then?
There's Keith Ladies football team.
Is there any other, for any other sports? So there's Keith the Ladies. So what sort of level of sports do Oakland Continue think they play at then?
Performance.
Like a bit in between?
Yeah.
So say, for example, somebody wanted to get to the elite stage, how might they go about that from Keith the Ladies?
If someone came and watch them train or watch them play, and if they're good enough, then be able to go play for the country or play for a top side.
What about rugby? Is there any teams for rugby?
Not for girls, no, not around here. It's not in the local is Bradford.
Right.
Local age Bradford.
Do you think it would help if there was one in Keighley?
Yeah, they'll get more people doing it.
Right, good. Right, Sam?
Another barrier to participation in sport is race.
Right.
Because in race, some races aren't allowed to wear certain types of clothing, such as for females participating, they aren't allowed to show skin, so they wouldn't be able to wear shorts for a football kit or a rugby kit. So that would be a barrier for them to compete in sport. However, the race might be forbidden to might not allow the people to play the sports because you're not allowed to just participate in certain sports which are against what their religion says. Also, there may be racial hatred towards the races in the football club also, so they might not be picked, or they might come across some racist jokes that are being made against them, and they might be forced out of the club then.
Right. How do you think that links to sports development continuum at different stages then?
Well,
Can you think of any examples?
at participation there'll be made racist jokes, however at elite stage they'll realise that it's just another person, that they're on the same team, so they've got to get on to get played and played well together, so that they don't jeopardise the team's chance of winning a match, whereas at participation there wouldn't be as such as bad because it's just a game of football to them.
Right, good. Molly?
Disability is a barrier because people who are say if you were at the participation stage and you were just playing, or foundation stage and you were just playing at school and someone were blind, the school might not have the facilities for them to be able to take part because you'd need a special football with the bell inside so they could hear it, so they know where the ball is. And also can be about in basketball for people who want to play wheelchair basketball. They might not be able to afford the special wheelchair that they use.
Good.
Whereas at the elite stage they get it all funded for them. And but at the elite stage they get it all funded, and if they're playing in the Paralympics they get paid for it, so obviously they'll have all the money to get, and even sprinters, they get their blade things funded.
Can you think of an event that happened last summer that would raise awareness then of disability sport?
Paralympics.
Yeah. So how do you think that's helped?
When I watched, I didn't realise there were that many disability sports that you could take part in. So it just shows to people who are watching who do have a disability realise that they can do stuff.
Good.